Treehouse classroom is getting a remodel.
Are you videoing?
I am.
Hey.
Good luck. Taking shape. We got the roof on. Now the walls are going up. So there it is, all finished. Hi, I'm Allison. Welcome back to the Treehouse Classroom. So we showed you how the treehouse got a makeover. What I'd like to talk to you about today in this episode of the Treehouse Classroom is how a makeover might be in order for your children's school year next year. Now, we've all had our children home for the past couple of months, and that might have given you a little taste of what homeschooling might be like. And maybe you're thinking, I'd like to do a makeover of our school year. I'd like to try this again, but with your own twist to it. Of course, the e-learning isn't the true format of homeschool where you're free to pick and choose curriculum and curtail the learning levels to your child's abilities. So maybe you want a chance to do that. I know we're doing it in our classroom next year. Just like the Treehouse Classroom got a makeover, we are going to make over some of our strategies for learning next year. And you can too. Not everybody likes change, and not everybody is meant to learn the same way. But if you have found that this is the change you want to make in your school next year, what are you waiting for? Don't let anything hold you back. You can do it if you really want to. You might be thinking, sure, I'd love to homeschool, but how do I work at the same time? And yes, that is a real question, and it's one that I had for many years. I wanted to homeschool my kids, but I didn't think that would be possible. However, there are a lot of other moms and dads out there who are making it work because they really want it to work. And if you want it to work, it can. My husband is the primary breadwinner for our family, but I pitch in with a lot of other part-time jobs like proofreading. I proofread legal transcripts from my home office. Last year, I also worked for Chick-fil-A as a delivery driver and was able to do that in the afternoons and evenings to help with our financial load. I talked to a single mom of 2 children last week who told me that though it's been a real challenge for their family to do the e-learning during the past couple months, they actually want to take the leap of homeschooling next year. And they realize that there'll be a little bit more freedom in that they can choose their curriculum and things like that. Now, this particular mom has already discovered that she can work and have her kids at home at the same time, that she has already worked out her schedule during the coronavirus to see to it that she can take care of her kids, make sure they get their schoolwork done, and be able to continue her work. So she says she's already figured out that part, and why not keep going? Just among our homeschooling friends, there are a lot of people who come up with some really creative ideas as to how they can work and homeschool at the same time. I'm thinking of a husband and wife who are both nurses, and they alternate, taking turns teaching the kids and then working. I have a friend who's a potter, sells her artwork at shows and online. Another one is a dog walker. There are others who are housekeepers, others who are landscapers, others who are accountants. And I think my favorite is the one who buys storage units and resells what she has collected. Another one works in search engine optimization, so she works from her home office. And the opportunities are really endless. It's just, what are you good at and how can you make it work to fit around a schedule? And really the great thing about homeschooling is that your schedule does not have to be 8 to 3 o'clock. I remember when I was talking to my kids' teachers when they were in traditional school and asking her just how much time the kids spent learning. And she said, you know, we could really teach them everything they need to know in about 2 hours, and all the rest is spent getting them to line up and wash their hands and manage arguments and all the other things that happen in a school day. And that really got me thinking, if my kids at that age were only putting in about 2 hours of actual learning time, then it might be possible for me to work out a schedule that could work for us. And sure enough, it is. And even now, as some of you might have learned through the e-learning experience, your kids don't have to do school as soon as they wake up. I have a friend whose child has been doing her e-learning at night because she wants to play all day. And you could do that too. It doesn't matter what time of the day they're learning, as long as they're learning. I want to encourage you that you can be your child's teacher. You've been teaching them since they were born, and you can keep doing it. They're watching everything you're doing now anyway, and copying you. They were meant to copy you. You are their parents. Your children were meant to imitate you. Give them something worth imitating. Find all the really true, beautiful, and good texts that are out there. Find the right resources for them. And really just get on the internet. There is so much out there. In fact, there's too much out there. I have a friend who told me when I was beginning to think about homeschooling that all you really need is a Bible, a library card, and a math book. And she was so right about that. But there's so much more available beyond that if you really want to go out there and look for it. And you don't have to be the exclusive teacher either. There are lots of online learning classes where you can have a teacher come in and teach your children the things you aren't so thrilled about. And if you have a spouse, let them jump in and do some of the teaching as well. In our home, our kids love to get into their construction and building projects and gardening projects and outdoor things with their dad, and they learn so much with him. And I do more of the book work with them, but it works out for us that way. Treehouse looks pretty good. Can I come up?
No.
Please.
Why? What's the secret password?
Open Sesame?
No. No. It's not a secret password. That's never it.
And what do we have growing over here?
Mint.
Oh, I like your flowers.
They're not real. Yeah, they're just for design.
Thanks for joining us for this makeover edition of the Treehouse Classroom. If you're thinking about having an educational makeover, I hope you'll consider that it is possible for you. And I hope it's giving you a little hope to realize that yes, you can work and homeschool at the same time. You can make this makeover happen if you really want to.